Okay, Coach, historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Come on, baby. Let's go! Mike 315. Mike 54. Watch the slant. Spot. No.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Completes it to Benjamin. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll try the left side. Benjamin. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Get in the way. Four down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Packers' 43-yard line.
Break. 54 Mike. That's the run.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Zadarius Smith. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Zadarius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. On the return is Williams. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
50. Hey, you block over here. Yeah, Liz.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Yes.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And he's able to find Wallace. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
To throw is Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. On first down, Carson. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Draw play. This is Carson. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. He's got it.
From the shotgun, Wilson dancing to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
That's got to be a long day.
They go play action with Wilson. Dances by him. It's caught. Lockett. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
36 power.
Again, Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Open man is Cantrell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw again is Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT. And they take the lead here at 7-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Check.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Danny Shelton muscles his way in for the sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Throwing is Wilson. On the move to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Green 80. Mike 50, come off the ball. Hey, 0. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Let's go. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Mike 50, Mike 50.
On first down, Wilson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Wilson. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage, there to knock that one away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Get 300. Get 300. Bravo.
From the 29, Rodgers complete to Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And Adams has it complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game.
Stay with your man. 56. Mike, 56, right there.
And again, it's Rodgers. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers again now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead. Now Carson fumbles the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
50 seconds to Mike. 50.
On 2nd and a yard, Rodgers being chased out left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
158. They're running it. He's coming.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. One back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dean Lowry in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Wilson, he's going to fire one deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it, and this time it results in an interception.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From the 45 on second down, Rodgers. Now he's forced out left. And his throw is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Fourth down and less than a yard.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. Rodgers with a keeper. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Here we go. Quick dance. Come.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Griffin on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run! Yes! 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Jump out! 54. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that. X3. 218. Chop.
Again, it's Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Packers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, let's get this. Get this. 5.
Here's Rodgers.
Just like that.
And that is incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson, throwing again. Completes it to Benjamin. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
From the 24, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Back, 30. Back one. Hey, Foxtrot.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
319. 56. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Yeah, live. Check 15.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Switch. Kill.
Here's Jones. And an alley to run. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
So we got man. Check. Crunch. Easy. You got tape.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
You might get tired of seeing me. Undercrush. Boom.
On 2nd down now. It's Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake it to football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers, running a quick slant or something like that.
This is Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Green Bay, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud.